Hello and welcome to today's Web News, where we take a look at some of the stories making the online headlines. Coming up on today's show, ongoing protests in Turkey against new internet restrictions. Colombian women speak out for peace. And a British athlete becomes the first human to run a loop-the-loop. As we can see from this footage filmed in Istanbul, Turkey over the weekend, the protests against a new law tightening control of the internet show no signs of waning. Thousands of people gathered in Taksim Square on Saturday to protest against this highly controversial law, which came into force on Wednesday and which gives the government authority to block web content it deems offensive or in violation of someone's privacy. The rally saw rise to a number of clashes between protesters and police, who use water cannons and tear gas to disperse the crowds. Opponents of the new legislation have been making their voices heard on the streets, but also via social media. The Unfollow Abdullah Gül campaign was launched on Twitter last week, urging Turkish microbloggers to do just that and stop following their president, the man who ratified the famous bill. In just a few days, the Turkish head of state has already lost tens of thousands of followers. Left-wing daily Radikal says the law undermines freedom of speech. And to highlight this, every 4 hours it deletes all the content published on its website, denouncing the legislation and reminding people that it takes a government just 4 hours to remove any information it deems inappropriate. There will be no peace without women. This is a message conveyed by an online exhibition that gives Colombian women a voice through photos and videos. It was launched by the Colombian documentation centre No Habrá Paz Sin las Mujeres back in November and seeks to highlight women's vital role in building a fairer and safer society. Because as the project points out, women are the first to suffer from the armed conflict in Colombia. In this video, Yolanda Zuniga explains how she was raped by paramilitaries during the El Salado massacre in 2000, in which dozens of people were killed. The campaign is also highlighting the work of women who have dedicated their lives to fighting these atrocities. Activists like Marta Restrepo, for example, who shared images of the numerous rallies and campaigning actions she organises on a regular basis. This demonstration was staged to expose the murder of women, for example. An estimated 1,000 or so women are murdered in Colombia every year. So the aim is to see more female representation in the peace negotiations currently underway between the Colombian government and the FARC guerrilla group. The United Nations Resolution 1325, adopted in 2000, reaffirms this, stating that if the peace process is to succeed, then women need to be actively involved. German company Pedia Press wants to print the entire English Wikipedia online encyclopedia. That's over 4 million articles. It will be printed onto over 1 million pages, making up 1,000 books. Web users can donate to get this massive undertaking off the ground. Pedia Press has launched a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo and hopes to complete the project before the annual Wikipedia convention, which will be held in London in August. Is there going to be a sequel to the animated movie Space Jam, released in movie theatres in 1996? There has been a great deal of online speculation after an article published on Deadline.com claimed plans were underway to produce Space Jam 2. An NBA basketball player, LeBron James, would be taking over from Michael Jordan in the lead role. The rumours spread across the web like wildfire, but sources close to the Miami Heat player have refuted them. Web users in the US have been posting under the hashtag True Detective Season 2, with tongue-in-cheek predictions and their replacement options for Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, the current stars of hit HBO series True Detective. and there have been some very interesting suggestions for the new crime-cracking duo. British athlete Damien Walters has become the first human to complete a 360-degree loop on foot. His amazing feat was sponsored by a well-known brand of soft drink and required hours and hours of training. You can see him in action in this video, which is currently doing the rounds on sharing sites.
Can somebody show him that one back? Well, this one's it. I know I've said that 3 times now, but this one is it. But I'm close. I reckon I'm close. Getting close. You can't really go any further until you take the match. Yeah, let's get rid of him. Let's go for it.